Alright guys, welcome to Maddenedge.com, and this is the Bears video. And what could this one be about? Let me think over this game. Alright, you know what this one's going to be called? It's going to be called Beating Nano Blitzes. Why? Because this guy used nanos and tried to take away the hot routes and was very aggressive on offense and defense, but I finished him out. And in convincing fashion once I was able to get my bearings. Guys, this is how you should do the Bears lineup. Notice I had the two stronger tackles in the middle, even though they were not ranked the highest, because I needed that strength up the middle. I'm showing you the guys as man zone coverage, and what I'm seeing is at the outside linebackers, the corners, and the safeties. What I'm doing is I'm putting the guys who can cover the best in those slots, and that's pretty much it. Move Tillman from the starting corner to I think the strong safety, and it's gonna come into play, guys. So this is about beating nanos. I might as well get this out of the way early. For those of you who don't know, I run the Far Twins formation out of the West Coast playbook and the 4-6 formation on defense exclusively. These are all minus a few goal line and prevent situations. For more information on why this is successful, please visit the site. Please search by subject matter based on what you need. I've played a lot of games versus a lot of really high ranked players, and I record the games and I show you firsthand how this system can help you take down anyone with any team. People have been requesting the Bears for a long time, so here it is. Videos upcoming soon will be the Chiefs, the Bears, the Packers, Chargers, things like that. I know, guys, I got to get to it. Here I'm using my practice profile. This is one that I experiment and I actually figure out how to use certain teams, so it's not my official profile. So for that reason, I'm keeping that private, because this is the one that I work off of. And I usually actually don't even post a video from this, but it was against a Nano Blitzer, and he had a really good record, so just decided to put it up. I was just actually practicing with the Bears. Somebody wanted me to do that, and it just so happened that I came across that, because I have to find out, what works best, what you should do with that team. It's one thing to see from the outside, and it's another to kind of play with them and see what works. So you'll know that the roster adjustment, I'm not sure, is probably a little different than the roster optimizations, because I had to work with them a little bit. So the roster optimizations is just a starting point as to what I would do from at first glance. Okay, guys. So if you need any more questions about your rosters, give me a call. Not a call. Give me a message, an email. Guys, we have a franchise going. Do get in it. You do not have to run the Maddenedge scheme to get in it. If you want more information on that, go to the website and click on becoming a member. From there, there's a link that tells you all about the franchises and what is required. It's free. You do not have to run the scheme, and it'd be good to have different styles in there also. So let's get down to the game, though. Alright, guys, so I am coming out in the Far Twins formation, and I am under a pressure, and guess what? It's a practice game. I don't even, I'm not even, what am I doing here? Oh, I think I'm putting, I want to make sure I have probably Hester returning kickoffs. I think. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I want Hester to return kickoffs. So who knows what I was talking about from that point, so we'll just go. Oh, so here I am. Very aggressive guy on offense and defense. He goes for all or nothing on both. So I'll talk you through with what I was doing, why it wasn't working, and when I finally figure out what these Bears need to do, why it is working. And Olsen, there's a good run there, but automatically it's going to be tough to run on the Cowboys with the toss, because DeMarcus Ware is on that side. But you have to do it, and in the end, guess what? I'm going to break a couple. but it's going to be tough, but you have to establish something. Olsen, guys, is the best receiver. You must hit him. Oh, watch this. So he's getting a lot of pressure in, and you guys remember, I don't know what video it was on, but since I don't remember that one, I can tell you that if you're facing some in this scheme, if you're facing someone who's coming in hot and your best receiver is not on that inside slot, then you got to switch them, even if that best receiver is a tight end. So that means you're gonna have to be trying to cut in the toss as opposed to trying to get it out because you don't have that tight end blocking. So I think on my next series, I offhand know right there that I'm going to have Olsen, the best receiver and blocker, on the inside slot because he's not going to give me time to sit out there and wait for that outside receiver to clear. So automatically I know that. And I think I'm going to make that adjustment on my next series. So you got to be thinking about these things like that when you're running this system. I'm actually glad I faced a guy who was really good at nanos, so I can show you how to beat him. Let's see. What are we doing here? That is the linebacker contain, and he comes out right. That shows. So that was obviously a good call coming out. So that right there let me know that he was aggressive, but I didn't know how aggressive he was, because the bomb is a low percentage play. But if you have a good threat out there and a good accurate quarterback, you can complete it. So that right there should have told me how aggressive I should be. But let's see this. What are we doing? I think I went to a cover 2, guys. Now watch this guy. Pay attention to how this guy doesn't scramble outside, because if he scrambles or if he gets outside of the pocket, well then I have Julius Peppers and Harris who will pursue him. So just pay attention to how he stays in the pocket, and for that reason running the cover 2, not the cover 2 hawk, just the cover 2 in general wasn't a good idea. Just the cover 2 hawk here, because he was aware enough to not roll out. So obviously he was thinking about Peppers, and I'll talk you through that a little bit later when it happens. But if you guys don't know what the theory about the cover 2 is that those linemen are going to get in so quick that everything's going to be pretty much covered. Now, if you let them get away, that corner route is open. Here we go. Look at this. Boom. You guys know what I did? Whatever it was, I know there was only 2 deep. That was probably, I think it was actually a cover 2. Oh my God. You know what? I got injured all throughout this game too. It's amazing. I think I had 5 injuries. You guys count and see, but so there's 7-0. He comes out in 2. He comes out going for 2. Daniel Manning is, you guys saw his coverage skill, so that was one of my best coverage guys at that safety. So now I don't really have the coverage, so I really have to call the right play or I'm screwed. So Maddenedge is in trouble. He's going for 2. I called the timeout, and you press square instead of actually. I called the TO to change the play, and then didn't even get a good play call in. So now he's up 8-0. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And guys, this will let you know also too that people who like to go for bombs and nano blitz, they're bullies. Okay? And what happens when you face a bully? What happens when you punch a bully back? They run home crying, right? So once you can find out that bully's kryptonite, it's kind of like he actually pulls the plug. He's going to pull the plug. And starting out, you guys don't believe he's going to pull the plug, but he's going to pull the plug. So, what we got here going? We got, so I made the adjustment because I know he's nanoing. So I'm gonna make quick hot reads. Still don't have my timing right. And that's you know, when you're switching through teams, you have to get it. So I actually do recommend you guys getting yourself a practice profile and practicing, especially if you just like to play with different teams. When I was first learning this scheme, I didn't know if I liked to play different teams. I just wanted to learn how to win with every team, but they have different timing. So this is kind of like Olsen, okay, hot routes. Definite routes. So instead of going to the ones where I'm switching, I just went to a dead bench switch. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to start going like right over the middle with the flats with Olsen. They're quick reads because we know he likes to bring that nano right up the middle. Now here I'm deciding, is a toss a good idea or is a toss not a good idea? He stopped it a couple times, so I think I'm going to go with, I'm going to try and get Olsen. Pick. Oh my god, I throw 2 picks on this game. I just remember that. I'm in trouble, right? Newman. He was playing inside technique. And there you have it. So Maddenedge is in trouble again. Can he figure out what to do? So guys, right now I can tell you that my thought process is alright, well, I know I gotta, here we go. So there's a three deep, so I get it right back. I'm thinking to myself, I know I have to have some man under coverage. You know, my guy just got beat, my safety did, and now I have a second string safety, and so I know I gotta have some man under 3 deep. But I want some middle zone. So that 3 deep QB spy was actually, I was playing that as an aggressive pasty on this guy who really likes to stretch the field. He likes to go up the seams and deep. So it's just a different kind of guy. You know, he doesn't really like to go underneath. And I'm starting to figure that out. Knew that, you know, obviously he showed it to him real early. But there's Olsen. His heavy dosage of Olsen. These guys using these guys with the Maddenedge scheme. He's the best receiver. He's rated 84. He's very aware. He gets into good positions and he catches everything. And he's fast for a tight end. He's 84. So I mean, some receivers are 84. So, and he's strong. So, you know, it's a good mix. And gonna try the toss. Boom. Yeah, it's one of those safeties or corners out there. So I'm going to establish that, and right now I'm probably averaging like 1 yard per carry. I'm going to be, at the end of the game, I'm going to be averaging 10. You guys won't believe that, right? Hot reads. You see that? I'm going hot reads with the bench switch. And that's just, oh, this is Hester. And at that point, I realized, too, I was saying, okay, and obviously looking back at that, I had Olsen open too, but my first read obviously was Hester, and I knew I would have him singled. Cutler is a good deep ball thrower. Left the guy in the block. Oh, watch this. Look, I'm just not right now. Couple penalties. Because I have to switch, because you guys know I'm going to run that that slot corner, or that's what I wanted to run, and have catch Olsen coming underneath. But then look right here. Then I realized, oh my God, I had Olsen on the inside. I really wanted Olsen on the outside. And then see, it's just that little bit of Hester not being able to clear because he's not strong enough to get that positioning in there. So I knew that probably wasn't going to work. Didn't have the timeouts. Just horrible execution there. So right now I'm down 8-6. And I'm going to have to be making my offensive reads quick. But the good thing about it is if he's bringing that type of pressure, then you know that something's going to be open. Maybe the corner, or maybe the flat, or maybe the middle. Now, once they're doing that, you just have to find it. Okay, so don't be panicked. And yes, it's forcing you to be risky. But he's being risky too because he's leaving something open, or he's leaving people in single coverage. So I mean, it even